Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. I'm Ken Skode, the founder and owner of the LA Connection. We're celebrating 47 years of dishing out fine comedy improv. We have theater out here in Burbank. And just about 3.5, 4 years ago, we started going online. So we're in our fourth year of doing virtual improv shows. We do both short and long form. Today we're doing a long form. I'll introduce that game in a moment, but let's introduce our cast. Starting with G.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Roberta.
Hey, hope you enjoy the show.
Michelle.
Hi, everybody. Have a good time.
Lindsay.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back.
First show 9.
Hi, everyone.
And Michael.
Hello, everyone out there in TV land. Enjoy the festivities.
So today it's a brand new long form game. As you know, if you've been following this cast, every 4 weeks we come up with a new long form game. We've done over 30 of them now. We have 2 long form teams, this team and our Sunday team. They both do the same long form games. Tonight is going to be the high school reunion committee. So I've organized these people to come online with me, and here we have them all right now. And as you can see, their titles when they were at the school: the prom king, the prom queen, the valedictorian, the president, the star athlete, and of course the newspaper editor. And so I was able to reach out to Michael. I appreciate you responding to my email about trying to get a committee together to put together maybe half a dozen people. You did a great job. We got a half a dozen people. I know Lindsay, thank you for helping out. I know you had some of the people who listen to your blog, so follow you there, and you had some of the addresses. So between the two, we have about 600. I know we're missing a few. We'll try and get those. And I'm anticipating maybe 300 people may show up. So you as a committee need to figure out where you want to have it. The high school gym is available if you want it. And you need to figure out catering if you want to have it at high school gym. Otherwise, you need to go to a large restaurant or some sort of a hall that you can get food, kind of like a wedding type situation. Do you want it to be indoors, outdoors? Do you want entertainment? Do you want to have a raffle? Do you want everybody speak? Do you want to have, Roberta come up and do a little valedictorian thing again, Do you want Lindsay to come up, read headlines from some of the articles of your senior year? These are all things, recreate the prom king and the prom queen walking down the aisle. Your acceptance speech, Michael, however you want to do it, we can have some fun. The star athlete, you can show off your abs, and you were just a great athlete. I mean, you did all the sports, and obviously our MVP here at the school made it into our Hall of Fame. After 5 years, you got voted into the Hall of Fame, so thanks for coming back for that dinner. And, everybody's going to remember that great catch you had with 20 seconds left in the state championship game that you did. So it's great to have you here, 9, and have you come back. And it's funny how 9 changed his number. His name wasn't 9 when he was at school, but 9 was his number. Everybody called him 9. And says, I'm just going to call myself 9. What wide end has a wide receiver has a number 9? They're usually in the 80s. But he carried his number to all of them. He was a pitcher, number 9, and then he carried all those things through Little League and all the way through. So great to have you here. Roberta, I just remember your uplifting speech at the end was really great. And I hope you're doing everything that you want in your life. I know I haven't followed all your lives, so maybe I'll catch up to you today. Great to have the prom king and the prom queen here today. You guys were a great couple during that particular big prom dance we had. I don't know if you officially ever went out. No one ever told me, but I usually try and keep myself away from relationships, and I let them go to the nurse or the therapist. I just want to be the dean and take care of any disciplinary action stuff. Lindsay, great articles. Sometimes a little soap opera-ish, but, that kind of added to the intrigue of the school. You always wrote with a little mystery language sometimes, like maybe this is happening, maybe it's not. And so it was kind of like you had the gossip column that you wrote, and now you have your own blog, and I think that's great. And of course, Michael, thank you for being a great president. You were able to do a lot of fundraisers for us, a lot of bake sales. In fact, you even sold at the athlete slave day. We shouldn't call it slave day anymore, but that's what it was back then. And Nine had to be someone else's personal assistant, we'll call them, for the day and do anything they want. And you got over $200. So that was a pretty good looking woman. So I'm not sure if, that's a whole nother story there. Maybe we'll find out. But you guys, great to have you all here. I'm going to have the guys meet first and the ladies meet second. And then I'm going to I'll just call you into different rooms. And I'll come back at the end and see if we've found anything, if we're on the right direction. We don't have to complete it all today. We have, 6 months till we have to actually have the event late summer. So we're ahead of schedule here. Okay, guys, if you want to stay in the room, if the ladies could go off to the other side room, take me out of this too, and I'll see you guys at the end, okay?
Boys, it's good to see you again.
Hey,
Good to
Michael.
see you.
Been
Good
a
night.
while. You guys
Been a long time since we had the three amigos together.
Yeah. And here we go again, right? One more time.
Yeah,
What have you boys been up to?
well, things haven't changed much for me. I'm actually a vice principal at our school. So, yeah, goes well. Love the kids. Kind of weird thing happened where some of the old sports trophies, memorabilia got taken out of the cases recently. Not really sure who did it. Don't have camera footage, but we're looking into it. What about you, Michael? What are you doing?
You guys, I'm running the last Radio Shack in the United States. We're next to the only Blockbuster up in Alaska. So, I'm kind of the corporate guy holding the ship together up there. But where else can you find fuses, wires, and random nuts and bolts to make your projects work? So it's been pretty fun up there. What about you, Nine? Looking good still.
Oh, thank you. Still coaching. I coach a few elite athletes, and I have my own sports memorabilia company. I sell sports memorabilia all over the world.
Oh, wow. That's great. So, you guys, as we get ready for this thing, it's going to come up really quick, right? You know how fast this stuff goes. Last year, it seemed like everything was put together real last minute and, in the gymnasium. And I'm really hoping we can find a location, away from the school. Gee, I'm surprised to hear that you wanted to even go back to school, but, it'd be great to step away, don't you think? And maybe find a venue where we can have a little bit more fun and, not be stuck at school.
I think so. I think, I was thinking actually the roller rink.
Oh.
I don't know if it could fit 300 if that's what we're expecting, but 9, that was the night that you taught me how to rollerblade, which is a really nice memory. And I just think it would be very nostalgic. I would like it a lot. I don't know.
When you woke up from hitting your head on the floor, G, I thought for sure you were going to say you never wanted to do it again, but you just kept going, man. Now you had that huge Easter egg. It was crazy.
Yeah, well, I just remember a pair of strong arms picking me up, and I was good as new.
Wasn't me.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the night that things turned around for you, right? You sort of got your life turned around, and you seemed a little bit like you found yourself after that night.
Yeah, speaking of that, the one thing I really don't want to do is any sort of prom recreation. Me and Michelle, we were a couple, and she's sweetest woman in the world. I've always loved her, but there were times when she felt I didn't give her enough affection, but I couldn't tell her at the times because it was impossible for me to give her affection because she was a woman. So if we can avoid that, I'd really like that.
And that brings up a good point too. I want to make sure we kind of steer away for the award for who's changed the most, because some of those changes are I mean, kind of evident, but it'd be good to just kind of steer away from that as well. I don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah, for sure. Let's just focus on the present. I think we've all grown in our adult lives. 9, you're still looking great, so there's no need to to look back on things that were, things that might have been. Yeah.
Good point. Good point. You know, we'll have to bring this up with the ladies and we'll see where they're coming at it. I know they're going to want to do the nostalgic twist and have you guys reenact your, you know, king and queen dance. So, you know, I don't know, man, some traditions, right? But we'll see how it goes.
Okay, if the ladies can meet in room F and discuss the 10-year reunion.
Hey. Seriously, we're taking pictures?
Just documenting, you know.
Hold on, get this.
Oh, one more. I have a lot of those pictures of you, actually.
Yeah, let's make sure that we're having a hosted bar at this thing, can we, please?
Oh, okay. I'll write that down. Host. Well, we don't have to write that down. I think we have you on the record saying that multiple times, and even for prom you asked for one, but we had to decline because we were only 18.
Yeah, man. Well, let's make it happen now. You know, it's freaking 10 years later. Let's make it happen.
Okay, I'll write that down. Everything we say is on the record, by the way.
That's awesome.
Hi, Roberta. Looking good.
Really, no pictures. Okay, no pictures.
Okay.
Are you running from the law?
No, I actually just got back to town.
From the law?
I just got back to town. You know, I was the most likely to succeed.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
But when you
Epic
gave
fail, though, right?
Yeah, when you gave your speech, and I quote, "It was the worst speech ever given."
Oh.
Another quote,
I applaud
I've
that.
never seen somebody bomb that hard since, and I don't think I can finish that.
It was so painful to watch, really.
Okay, I did not come back here to this shithole to be insulted. Okay,
Well, at least you know it's a shithole.
I didn't. I just got out of a shithole. I didn't come back to one, and I work in a shithole, so I don't need this from you people.
So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative. I just wanted to. Were you in Lompoc? Where were you again?
I was in MIT, and something happened, and then I just ended up in the country.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I meant after that. I meant when they kicked you out. Didn't you end up in prison?
Was that the?
Well, I wouldn't call it that. It was.
Okay.
It was sort of a
finishing school.
See, this is why I didn't want to come. This is why I didn't want to come.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'll
stop. What
stop.
I went through. You knew. I told you what I went through.
You're absolutely right, and I apologize.
And I was in MIT. Okay, I was top of my class.
Let's just leave it at MIT. So, hey, Lindsay, like, you know, what the heck's been going on with you?
Well, maybe I should have been voted most likely to succeed because I did. I have my own blog, as everyone knows.
Who even listens to a blog?
Like, a vlog or a blog?
Who listens to that?
I have both. And it was more of like a Carrie Bradshaw kind of type of, I was that type of reporter. But then since I wasn't going on enough dates for my editor, they made me now report on only dating horror stories. So that's been fun. You know, just
a lot of material.
Just going out with different guys, and for some reason they turn into horror stories. I have no idea, but I'll get to the bottom of it.
So in other words, you're unemployed, and Michelle is the only one here working. Let's face it.
Listen. I don't have to work. Okay, I may have, like, you know, fallen off the prom queen bandwagon, because who the fuck wants to stay on that wagon? But Let me tell you something.
Oh,
I got
you
one
did.
word for you guys, and I hope you were there when it all went down.
G?
GameStop. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have to fucking work if I don't want to. Get out of here. Cheers to that.
No, but I thought you got married. You were gonna marry.
Yeah.
You were gonna get married.
You don't have to get married when you got GameStop money. What's wrong with you?
But you and G were in love, and I quote, "I love him so much. I
Yeah.
want to marry him now!"
Yeah.
Exclamation point, and have his babies! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! And make sure to put the exclamation points. That's what you said.
Yeah. Yeah. How much I had to drink when I said that though?
Well, what happened though? You two went off in the sunset when I went off to MIT, and this one was unemployed, doing nothing. Lindsay was just
Come
full of
on,
shit.
come on. There was no
went to
sunset.
community
You guys
college.
are dreaming. You're
You were in
dreaming.
love with G.
No.
Okay, if the prom queen and the prom king could meet in room A,
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing crazy. I'm sorry to bring this up first thing, but we're having a little bit of a problem. Michael mentioned that the funding is not entirely there if we're expecting a full 300 people. And I know that you came into a bit of wealth after we went our separate ways. And I was wondering if you'd be able to kick in a little bit.
You let me get this straight. You want me to pay for the reunion? What the hell did our president do all this time with the money?
I'm not really sure. I don't think we had a ton to begin with. Our junior year fundraiser was like candles or something stupid like that, and nobody wanted to sell those. So we didn't have a lot of money to begin with. Plus, Michael's working at the last Radio Shack. I don't think he's exactly Scrooge McDuck here, but you are.
You're saying I'm Scrooge McDuck? Is that what you're saying?
In a complimentary way.
There is no complimentary way to call somebody Scrooge McDuck, okay? First of all, I'm a woman, and I'm pretty sure that duck had a dick. So you're way off base on that one.
Believe me, I would have clocked it if he did. I would have seen it.
Don't I know that? So that's what you guys got together and thought up. Hey, let's have Michelle pay for the whole thing.
No, this was just something for me I had heard. I've always kind of meant to reach out and ask, but
because you heard I won the month that I got all that money from the GameStop stock, huh? Is that
no, I always just kind of felt bad about the way things drifted off between us.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you landed in the port you were supposed to be in, right?
No, I mean it's ironic. I did end up getting married, but it was a green card marriage. I mean, I knew that going in. It was a gentleman from Luxembourg. Started inviting a lot of his relatives over, and one day I came home and all my stuff was gone, including my inhaler. So, you're probably better off that you never.
That has got to be the saddest story I have heard today. Like, I think that even beats Roberta. Like, that's
well, insurance brought most of it back. So,
all right. Well, see, there's your silver lining right there.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. I don't want to do any reenactments. I don't need you to act like I'm your long lost love. I don't need you to do anything for me or to me at this thing. All right. We're good.
Yeah. Well, it never had to do with you, or at least anything that you.
Oh no, I guess you didn't hear me say that. I actually clocked all of that already, so I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, if the president can meet with the valedictorian in room B.
Roberta.
Hey.
How are you? I'm so glad you joined the committee. We're going to really need some brain power for this.
I don't know how much I have left. I've been through a rough patch here. They kind of did something here to me. I've been through a rough time here. I won't lie
Sorry
to
to
you.
hear
I
that.
won't lie to you. I've been through a rough time. I was falsely accused. I ended up. Now I'm working in Target. It's terrible.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize things had taken such a turn. But
Yep.
you know what? I'll tell you, every time I've had a dip in my career, you know, there's always been a really good peak on the other side. So if you can just kind of try to channel your energy and focus and manifest something like what I've done. I opened up the last Radio Shack in the United States. It might even be the last one on the planet. So I have something that is truly unique that was once a staple for everybody. So, you know, you got to look at things you know, for what they are and what you can change to just pull yourself out of this rut. And if there's anything I can do, you got to let me know.
Well, you know, I kind of could use a place to stay. To be honest, I don't want to tell the rest of them that. I mean, I'm working because I have to get a job. I had to get a job. But I
Sure.
kind of like, I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it. I'm like selling t-shirts at Target.
But it's also low stress, right? So you don't have to do much.
Oh, no, it's horrible.
Really?
I had a brilliant career ahead of me, and a tragic, you know, with stupid accident. It wasn't my fault at all. I did nothing, but I got blamed for it, you know. So I lost everything. I lost my boyfriend. I lost, well, he was my fiance.
Hmm.
Left
Well,
me.
I can tell you that taking responsibility for our mistakes is one of the biggest challenges, and I can hear it in your voice, you know, and avoidance is really evil. So if there's a way that, you know, as we get closer to the reunion, you know, maybe you can kind of change the way you're thinking about things. And the nice thing about Target is you could relocate anywhere in the country
Wait, what's
and have a
Target?
job.
Target. It's Target.
Right. For you, it's Target. For me, it will always be Target.
Well, maybe I can
And
come. Can I come stay with you? Maybe.
you know, I don't really have people over to my house because I have so many cats.
I
And
love
th-
cats.
oh, really? Oh, well, you know, maybe we could talk about it as we get closer. But I really don't like a lot of visitors at my house. My
Why?
cats and I, we have like a we just they know me, and when I get home I really like to decompress, and they all bring me a lot of joy, and they kind of saved me through a dark period of my the last 5 years, you know, were really rough. And so I don't introduce a lot of outsiders to my cats just because I'm a little selfish that way. But I am going
Wait,
to think about, you
you're
know, what you
single.
need.
You're single.
Yeah, but I still I'm very private. I'm very when I'm at home, my space. I like to just keep, you
Wait,
know, the
something
outside
sounds.
world.
This sounds sketch. Now I know sketch because unfortunately I was away for a while, so I know sketchy. And something doesn't sound right here. Michael, what's going on?
There's nothing to hide. I
Yeah.
just you know, everyone thinks that I like to be real outgoing and always do the speeches and all this stuff, but the reality is I hate standing in front of people and talking. I'm very
You?
private. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. People think that this is what I love to do, and you know, I'm just the president again for this committee. So you know, my nerves are really on high right now. Just even talking to the group, I get nervous. So,
Okay, if the
you know,
star
Radio
athlete
Shack,
can
it's a
meet with the
one-on-one.
newspaper editor in room F.
Hi.
Lindsay.
So good to see you. So, you know, back in high school, how close we were, and you know how I wrote all those amazing fluff pieces about you and about
I'm pretty sure you're the one who got me half of my scholarships.
I did. And I named you because I said number 9, and then so that's pretty much my doing as well. But you, since you've kind of been, you met with the guys earlier, you didn't say anything about how many pictures I took of Michael or any of that stuff, or how I used to, like, I don't know, kind of.
Are you talking about
Mr.
the night of the roller rink pictures?
Yes. They're I think I took them all down. Thank God. Yes, I'm talking about
Wait, you
those.
actually had those developed?
Yes, but you didn't tell anybody, right? I mean,
well, I mean, apparently the guy at Photomat knows.
He does. But he's sworn to secrecy. I kind of have some dirt on him, so he's not going to be talking. But I mean, so I mean, I don't want to say stalked because that's too much. I was doing some reporting on him, and it looks like he's not on the up and up anymore. He stays at home a lot with his cats, but that's like some type of cover. I think he's either drug dealer or he works for the FBI, but I can't crack it. Do you think you can help me?
I would lean towards the spy thing, like the last Radio Shack in America. Give me a break.
God, he's so hot. Oh my God. Mr. President. You know, I always wanted to like be with the president or something. I mean, I guess that's the closest I'm gonna get. But how are you? What have you been up to?
Oh well, I coach. I train.
And how are you and
you
G?
know, how are who?
You and G. How are you guys doing? Still together?
You know, I don't know if we were kind of. Yeah, the roller rink. So I think maybe there's some things that we should steer away from in this reunion, and that might be one of them.
Oh my
God.
God.
We can just move forward and not go backwards.
You know, you can tell me anything. Come on. What's going on?
Okay, look, there's this whole thing with this guy that he was with from Luxembourg.
Oh, yeah.
And there's kind of a situation where I owed some money to some people, and Michael had furniture and stuff, and this guy knew how to fence it, and so yeah, that kind of went down, and then that progressed into like trophies and things that might be able to have some value from the school, and us trying to auction them back, and like it was a mess.
I knew it because the way the lock was picked, that is exactly how you used to pick locks back in the day. I knew you did it.
Yeah, the old signature pick and flick.
Yep.
Okay, if the prom king can meet with the valedictorian in room G.
Roberta, how are you?
Hey, I've been better, but you know, I couldn't wait to see you because we were always besties, so I can be honest with you.
Listen, we haven't spoken, but I still love you. You know, what's up with these tattoos on your hands here?
Unfortunately, I had no choice. You know, I was in MIT, and unfortunately, I was mixing some chemicals, and there was a lab accident. Not my fault.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I got sent away for a while.
Confirm this. I heard you were working with an OBGYN. You're mixing some chemicals, and a fetus came out completely green.
Well, no. It was that story got a little. Well, it was, but it got a little twisted. The story got a little twisted. No, it was just a chemical accident. Everybody was fine. It just the place happened to it happened to blow up. Nobody was in there. It was not my fault.
So it was life on the inside, but obviously you made it out.
Well, barely. I did, and it changed me, but now I'm working in Target.
Oh, what do you do there?
I sell retail.
Okay.
It's so embarrassing. Jade, stop it. It's so embarrassing.
No. Listen. You're selling clothes to the people of America, and I don't know anybody with a better fashion sense than you.
But that's not what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to create, and I did create, And then that stupid job, as you said, that I had in college, it was a sheer accident and nobody got hurt. The whole clinic blew up, but that was just an accident.
I mean, you had that album, that erotic Christmas album. I thought that was good. Santa Daddy.
I know, but I gave that up. I gave that up because my okay, I was engaged. He dumped me, and he was a bit older. He was about maybe 78, 80.
He was the
Well, no, he just broke up with me when I was in prison.
Okay, if the prom queen could meet with the president in room C.
Hey.
Michelle, what's the matter? You look a little out of it. You okay?
Oh, just enjoying my day.
Yeah? And what's the cause? What's the crux of the enjoyment?
Shot.
Yeah, I guess some things never change, right? Always the partier.
Never.
Always the partier.
Yeah, so anyway,
I guess if you hadn't drank so much, the king and queen dance might have gone a little bit better, but it was entertaining and nobody's ever going to forget it, right?
Well,
I mean, you forgot it, but we didn't.
I know I danced all night. I do remember that.
The VHS tapes, man, I swear.
Who has a player anymore? Come on.
That's what your saving grace is, that the technology has died and no one can ever see it again.
Exactly. I mean,
yeah.
What would they be looking at if they were looking at it, though?
Well, if they saw it, they'd see what you were doing out back, and I mean, I don't want to get into details. It's a long time ago, right? We got other things to talk about. We've got a venue to pick. We've got, do we want a band? What do we want? What do you want? You get to make it up.
Have you heard this craziness coming out of G's mouth talking about, hey, Michelle, why don't you pay for the reunion? Have you heard about this?
Well, we did. We know that you did really well in the stock market. So it did come up. I didn't know he was going to ask you. But okay, I was going to ask you next. So
here's my thing. What happened to the money that your job was to raise? So what happened to that?
So
where'd it go?
I'd like to kind of keep this on the down low between you and I. I was hoping to bring the money back by now, but do you know what it costs for a Radio Shack franchise? I mean, I'm the only
because who would buy one? Come on.
I'm the only one. It's like being the only church in town. I'm the only place where you can get little connectors and batteries and new headphones. There's nothing up in Alaska. It is so boring.
Do they not have Amazon there?
I mean, that's where the last, VHS tapes live, is up at Blockbuster, which is next door. So we're like the last, stronghold of old chains. I mean, you can laugh all you want, but we are the only one. So that's why when they say Radio Shack, it was never plural. So now it's the singular, it's the store. Yeah. So, but that's where the money went. And I have not, I mean, I have the money I can bring back, but we thought that if you chipped in a little bit, we could make it really fun.
So you're telling me that the president of our class knowingly and willingly embezzled all of our money to go open a radio shack?
In 9 years, I'd make it back. I thought in 9 years, I'd pull it all together, and I just couldn't do it.
In Alaska.
Yes, you have it correct. So listen, I will do whatever you want to make up for, if you can help cover some of these costs. I'll put it in writing. We can get a notarized, copy made so that it's a bond between you and I, and I'll get you back your money, or I'll give you a store credit at Radio Shack.
Store credit.
I preferred.
You've got to be kidding me, store credit.
Newspaper editor and the prom king, please meet in room T.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well. How about you? Are you enjoying And Just Like That?
I am. I am. am not sad that my editor took me off of going on reporting on real dates and just reporting on my sad disaster of a date. I'm not sad about that at all. I feel like that was a strong move. I think it's made me very happy, super happy. So
Yeah.
happy. Yeah,
Do
so
you,
happy.
do you ever find yourself purposefully
Crying in the
going with scrub men
Oh.
to perhaps get more material for your career? Does that ever happen? Are you holding yourself back from happiness because then you might lose your job?
All the time. All the time. No one's ever asked me that. Actually, because the guys I talk to don't want to even know my name. They really don't even want to know my name. They just call me, hey, you. They don't even call me by name. I don't want to talk to.
Do you know what I love and I know what you love? Is a man with glasses. Yes? And I know a certain man who owns the last Radio Shack franchise with a lovely set of glasses. Is that something that you would ever consider?
That's been my dream. I didn't know. Did Nine tell you? Because he was sworn. I said off the record to him. Like I said off the record. I don't know why he told you. He told you.
No, I only met Nine when we kind of started this committee. I haven't spoken to him since. Why did he say something about me?
Yes, he's been saying a lot about you, and the pictures I have prove that is not the truth. So if we're going to be truthful about my life, I mean, we should be truthful about your life. But first, can we talk about the last Radio Shack? I was doing some digging, and that Radio Shack is pulling in a lot of money. A lot of money. Like a lot of money. But we don't have any money for our committee. But how is Radio Shack up in Alaska pulling in hundreds of thousands of dollars of profit every month?
Can I share a little bit of info with you and you share some with me?
Okay.
You know that there has been this issue at the school of people taking memorabilia, and a lot of them included nines, trophies, medals, all that kind of stuff. Do you have a lead at all on that?
Yes, I'm working on that. It is probably not who you're looking at. Are you going to press charges against this person or get mad at this person or any of that?
I mean, as a vice principal at the school, I can't really let this kind of thing go. I mean, I'm vice principal. What else am I doing all day except dealing with bad behavior?
Well, before I tell you that, so what do you have for me?
I heard that perhaps the Radio Shack is not all that's bringing in the dough.
What?
And that maybe, and I don't know for what, but maybe, you know, Radio Shack is paying the IRS, and so they don't really care where it's coming from.
Okay, anonymous source. Nine might have borrowed some of those trophies, but that was just because. Why didn't you stop him from, like, are you the person you married, the guy from the green card? Why didn't you stop him from like stealing stuff from Nine?
What are you talking about?
Nine said he needed to steal the stuff because he had no money after helping you.
Are we talking about the memorabilia or my furniture?
I'm talking about he lost money. Nine lost money because your husband, on paper only, took that from him. So he needed cash. So he had to get his trophies back. I don't think that's really stealing. That's just like borrowing something that was his at one time, right? That's not.
I mean, no, he won them for the school. I don't want him to go to jail.
Okay, if the newspaper editor can meet with the prom king. No, we are at star athlete, meet with the valedictorian. Star athlete with the valedictorian in room G.
Hey, Nine.
Hey, Roberta, how are you?
You know what? I don't want to talk about me. I need to know what's going. I'm hearing about Michael. What is going on with Michael? Something is totally sketchy about him. You know the deal. You always knew the deal.
Well, let's just say that Michael's intellect got him the attention of some special agencies around uh, the United States, and he has done some very, how can we say, specialized work.
Is that why
And,
you won't let me stay with him?
well, I mean, that and the 42 cats.
How 42?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wait, is something going on? Because I just asked him. I asked him if I could crash there, and all he talked about was cats and this Radio Shack. And I'm hearing now that some people hired him. There's got to be a reason.
Yeah,
What's in his house that he does not want me to see? What does he do with these 42 cats?
they all have 6 toes.
Like Hemingway?
He has one named Hemingway. But yes, yeah, every single one of them have 6 toes. Yeah. Um, I don't know what's in the house for sure. All I can tell you is that there are a lot more electronics than you might find at a Radio Shack.
Have you been in it? Have you been? Tell me the truth. Have you been in his house?
I've been at the front door. I'm extremely allergic to cats. And I've been in the basement.
The basement? What's in the basement?
Well, hold on to your hat. Nothing. It's
Oh,
a
no.
blank. It's a blank room. It's a blank room. There
No.
is nothing hanging on the walls. There's nothing on the floor. There's no furniture. Not a thing. It's a little bit like you'd half expect to walk over and push a secret panel, and the whole room would flip over, and you'd find some secret lab down there.
This is like the X-Files. No, that's just weird. That's weird. And then G's story's a little weird too about he married someone for a
Evan,
green card.
yeah.
I shouldn't have brought up. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know you were in love with him. I'm so sorry. I know you loved him. And
Well,
Michelle
I
loved
mean,
him. You all loved him, and look what happened.
there was some trouble there too, and I'm not quite sure how to face it, but I got to tell you, is it just me, or does Lindsay seem a little bit like she's got something on all of us? And what do we do about that?
You know, Lindsay just seems like I honestly think she has no job because I don't know what this blog thing. And then she says she's happy too much. She's like, oh, like I'm so happy. I'm so happy. She's not happy. At least I admit, my life blew up. Pun intended.
Prom
But
Queen, please meet with the newspaper editor in room P.
Hi, Michelle. Looking like you're on your 5th drink or 6, in between 6.
Who's counting? Who's counting? Who's counting? I don't count. What do I have to count for?
That's what you have me for.
No counting here. Okay. So listen, now I've got G and Michael both asking me for money, but I'm hearing there's something going on with Michael and these Radio Shacks and like what the hell? I know you know what's going on, so spill.
Well, I'm still digging into the story, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Of course not.
Off the record,
cone of silence.
I think it has something to do with the IRS and embezzlement and taking with not the IRS not looking into the Radio Shacks he has, but there's a really large sum of cash coming into his bank account every month, like hundreds of thousands of dollars just right into his bank account. So
he's not laundering money then? He's working for the government.
He could be working for the government, or this could be very sketchy. So we could go either way with this one. I need more sources, but needless to say, you're probably not the richest one out of all of us.
Yeah, I mean, it all seems very suspect to me anyway, because, you know, I don't hear from these people forever. And then all of a sudden, the first thing they say to me is, hey, how'd you like to front money for this reunion? And it's like,
seriously? Yeah, well, it's probably because you talked a lot about how much money you made. I
made a lot.
I have like 100 posts just right here.
I don't believe I put a number on it, though. I mean, it's hard to put a number
on the Facebook group.
GameStop.
Yeah, you said that 100 times. Twitter, I can't even count. You wrote actually on a comment under one of my videos. Instead of commenting on the video, you said, "Ha ha ha ha, sucker! I have more money than you." Then you
said, so the president can meet with the prom king in room Z.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Michael. Sorry,
I gotta get this off my chest, man, and I'm hoping I can confide in somebody. And
else.
That's you, man. I think you're the only person I can really talk to about what's really going on.
Sure. What
you ready? You want to hear a bombshell? I mean, this is
Not
crazy.
Really,
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So, in school, I got in a lot of trouble, and the FBI came down on me for what I was doing, and they made me like an honorary, informant. And eventually, I got brought into the FBI as a espionage expert. I've been raising this new breed of six-toe cats, and they're all microchipped. That's why I have the Radio Shack up there. It's a front. So that's why I don't let people into my house. I keep really private because a lot of the things I deal with, if people get close to me, they usually wind up, missing or dead. And so, I've been keeping this secret for a long time. It's been driving me crazy. But, so that's what I've been doing. I'm crying poor to Michelle because, telling her, oh, I took the money from the fund, to pay for other things for the franchise and all this bullshit. I mean, it's just all made up. So I thought about talking to Roberta. I thought about talking to Lindsay. Roberta's like a wingnut. Michelle will believe anything you say to her because she's just goners. So I told her a whole bunch of stuff. You're the only one I think I can confide in. That I want to also tell you too that what started this whole thing were the microchips that I was putting into the trophies in the trophy case so that I could watch all the students going by to see who was doing what, like vandalizing the hallways or whatever. But all those trophies are gone, man. I don't know where they went. The cameras don't pick up the signal anymore. So
they're gone.
I don't know.
They're gone. I know where they might have gone. First, I have to ask you, am I supposed to even know any of this? I don't. You're just like giving away bureau secrets.
I just know you're good at secrets, man. I know you're really good at secrets, and I know you've been keeping some good ones since high school. And I thought, man, there's one guy I know that I could probably tell him anything. And if you do say something, I'll fucking kill you. So it's no big deal. I'm just telling you because I think I can confide in you.
That's right. Fine. I don't really care if you kill me now. It's
nothing to worry about, right? Good. It's all over no matter what. So
star athlete, please meet with the prom queen in room H.
Nine.
Michelle.
What's up? Are you ready for this reunion, man?
You know, yeah, strangely,
No.
and I'll tell you because I think maybe we got to talk to Michael, and I think maybe there's a little bit of business that needs to be taken care of. This whole thing with Lindsay having pictures on all of us.
Yeah.
She's got pictures of after the roller rink.
So listen, before we get to that, does anybody know besides you that I know about Michael? Like, it's not a secret.
What about Michael do you think you know?
That he's gay.
What? I mean, are you saying that just because of the roller rink thing?
Well, I mean, come on. You and I talked back then. We hung out. So I just kind of, perpetrated that role that I was madly in love with him because he was my friend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to blow up his world, but I mean, I thought you knew that I knew. So,
I didn't know that you knew, but that's kind of
we don't
mind
need
blowing
any of
that
that.
you need to get an Oscar for that performance because I never knew that you knew.
We don't need any prom king and queen lovey-dovey bullshit happening at this reunion. All right. So just wanted to know if you're gonna be on my side with this, because that reenactment.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it was kind of weird that the star athlete wasn't the prom king. Anyway,
you got to get the votes, baby.
How did he get the votes?
You didn't get the vote.
Like after I made that touchdown in the last 20 seconds of the biggest game in the state, how did I not get prom king? I don't know.
Well, the valedictorian meet with the newspaper editor in room V.
Oh, Lindsay.
Hey, Roberta.
Can I crash with you? Michael won't let me stay with him.
I'm gonna be out of town starting after this meeting. I'm just gonna go visit some friends and stuff up in Alaska. No big deal.
Great, give me the keys. I'll just babysit your apartment.
Possibly.
Okay, what's going on with you, Lindsay? Come on, spit it out. Something's wrong. What's going on? You and Michael, you and G, what's going on?
Do you know anything about Michael? Because maybe that would get you a key to my place.
Nine told me stuff. I don't know what to believe. All I know is he's very Hemingway-esque with the 6-toed cats. He will not let me in his apartment. And 9 told me the basement is completely empty, like some kind of X-File movie. So something's weird, and you know things because you always have the pictures. So I know you know something about that basement.
6 toes? I mean, that 6th toe is for you remember like the microchips or whatever that he used to be using in high school?
Oh, that weird stuff where he'd spy on us when we were in the bathroom? Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you can and do like a glory hole. You don't have to do that. I mean, whatever. But the 6th, remember he used to draw a picture of a 6-toed cat and said, I'm going to put a microchip in the like 6th toe and make these Hemingway type of cats that would spy on people.
Something's going on with that. What's the end game with that? And why is he so poor? He said he owns a Radio Shack.
He's not poor. I mean, he is not poor. I looked into his bank account. He has a ton of money. He's richer than all of us combined. I mean, granted, I have to pay for most of the dates I go on because, the guy. Okay, never mind. That's not.
Oh, the prom king, please meet with the star athlete in room J.
9, I always thought that you had a heart of gold and a tongue like quicksilver, but I've learned some things recently that are making me question that.
Okay. Such as?
You were involved in a couple of incidents that I bear responsibility for. One being, do you have to do that right this second?
It's for me to take my, I mean, after I blew the knee out and
Never had to take a pill with me, but I understand, and you can confirm with me. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Were you involved in the theft of my furniture and or the memorabilia at the school?
that answer has many parts.
It's a yes or a no. It's not many parts.
Are you still in touch with your ex, Kevin? Is Kevin
No.
still around?
No, he disappeared and he ghosted me before that was even a term.
Well, I got in a little bit of trouble. And I needed some money, and Kevin said that he could help me out, that he had made some friends in fencing kind of capacity, and had an easy job for me. I did not know that he meant ripping all your stuff out of your house. But it was kind of like we were there, it was happening. There were these two other huge guys, and I didn't know how to back out of the situation, man, and it just kind of accelerated.
And the memorabilia, similar situation?
Well, I mean, like, I need cash, dude. I need cash.
I have cash. You come to me
I
for
need more cash than a vice principal makes.
Okay, well, here's the deal. It is my professional responsibility to report this to the police, okay?
You can't do that, man.
Well, hear me out.
I'm having a hard enough time already tonight with Lindsay kind of making these insinuations about how she has the pictures on all of us. I don't need you coming down too.
Listen, they're just trophies. I can let bygones be bygones. If perhaps you were to give me another chance, I can make your life very happy, or I can make it very sad.
Makes me feel a little bit like a whore. Gee.
It's
you're
your
saying
choice.
That you're saying that I can be bought.
I'm not saying bought. I'm saying there are two possible scenarios that can be played out. One in which we are happy together and you can live in my home, and the other where we are separate and we will have to talk together through a pane of glass.
Do you think I could be happy with you living under constant threat? How can I truly give my heart to you that way?
It's not constant. It's a one-time thing. Look, people in love do things for each other. This is me doing so. I'm taking the heat by not doing what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, I did things in our relationship, and that's probably why I'm not around anymore. I was always doing things.
That's why it's another chance. You're getting a second chance because you will no longer be a thief, and I will get a second chance because I will be more generous this time, starting with the fact that I won't report you to the police.
Will the prom queen please meet with the valedictorian in room H?
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, Berta.
I see yours. Nothing changes. Same. You're still the same.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to live my life and have a good time. You know?
I'm so sorry about G. You know, I should have told you. I knew what was going on, and I should have told you.
What are you talking about?
That, you kind of weren't his type.
I already knew that.
What? You're so in love with him.
Nobody ever caught on. Nobody ever caught on.
You know, I don't understand any of these people. I know.
He's my friend. I'm not gonna blow him out of the water. It's fucking high school. People are vicious, you know?
Okay, but then you have all this money now, so how about I stay with you for a while? Because Lindsay said no. Michael's very sketchy.
You don't have a place to live? Where are you staying?
No, I got thrown out of MIT because of this stupid
Okay, that's not where you live.
I just
asking
got
you how
out.
you live.
I just got out of living somewhere.
Oh yeah, right. Your extended staycation.
Yes, and I am working in Target.
Yeah, aren't they supposed to help you with that? You know, they have those halfway houses. You know, where they put people.
I had a little trouble there. I had
felons.
had a little trouble there. A couple of fights going on. So now I'm kind of just sleeping on the beach. You know,
Dude, I can't be around somebody that's a felon and fighting people. What is wrong with you?
Oh well, that's just, you know what? That's just holding things against me. That's not fair. I am not.
You just said that that's what you're doing now.
But
currently.
I'm not fighting with them. I wanted to stay with Michael, but he said something like nobody can come in his house because of all the cats. And Lindsay said she's going away.
You do know that I don't even live in the United States, right?
You
Will the newspaper editor please meet with the president in room C?
Hey, you.
Mr. President.
How are you doing? You getting lay of the land with everybody? I feel like we haven't had enough time to talk about the actual reunion. Everyone's been prying into different stories.
Yeah, I mean, I have that all down. People want to do the skating rink, colors purple and orange. Like
good, someone's taking notes.
And some people would like an open bar, so I think we're good there.
Okay.
I have a couple of questions for you, though. I'm just going to read some quotes. Michael has 6-toed cats in a room in his basement, a hidden room in his basement, that are microchipped. Is that yes or no? Would you like to go on the record about that?
It's really weird. I mean, that's so like far-fetched and bizarre. I mean, really? I'm just a manager at a Radio Shack.
And Michael makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a month directly into his bank account, which I have the records of. So just let's.
You have my bank records?
Yeah. And yes or no to the FBI, Michael?
That's a really good question. It's funny, you know. I've always kind of wanted to be like a spy. I mean, who doesn't fantasize about James Bond, right? Get together with beautiful ladies.
If everybody could come back into the meeting, I have to break up the meeting right now. If everyone can come back in real quick here. Listen, I hate to say this, but I was contacted by someone in the federal government who asked me to discontinue with this team for the reunion. They didn't tell me why. They just said the Federal Bureau of Investigation is looking into something, and they can't have this committee the way it is together right now. So I appreciate you all reaching out to me and want to be on the committee, but I'm probably going to have to go and work with some other people to make this happen. I may be the fall president, you are the spring president. But thank you for coming. I can't really talk much more about this. I'm kind of a little nervous right now. They want me to go and talk to them, and they might be contacting each and every one of you. I arranged to give you your contact info, so I think they'll probably be contacting each and every one of you within the next 24 hours to 48 hours. But I've got to go talk to them now. So that's the end of this high school reunion committee. Thank you all for being part of it. And that's our show. Okay, all right. You guys all stay with me after the show. Let me introduce our cast here. G.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you had fun.
Whose other name is Michael, which is why I think once he was referred to as Michael is gay. But she meant G. We all know what she meant. Roberta.
Hey, hope you enjoyed the show.
Michelle.
Hey, G stands for gay.
Lindsay.
Member of the press. Thanks for watching.
First Show 9.
They all know about Project Hemingway now.
And Michael. Yeah. And I'm Kent, and we'll see you guys. And it's going to be 5 weeks. So you guys all stick with me. I'm going to give you guys some notes. And thank you for watching today, guys. It was a real fun show.